Thank you very much. You may please be seated.
Same there.
The Vice Chancellor, Nigerian University PU, Professor Kari Mohammed, Deputy Vice Chancellor Military, Brigadier General Jeti Aoun, Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration, Professor Ahmad Imam, Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, Professor Ibrahim Isa Adamu, the Registrar, Nigerian Army University PU, Brigadier General H.Y. Ahmad Abdulhamid, the University Librarian, Deans and Directors here present, Head of Departments, our distinguished families and friends, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my singular honor and privilege to welcome you all to the Faculty of Social Sciences Lecture Theatre, venue for the first inaugural lecture with the title Forensic Accounting Toward a Paradigm Shift in Fraud Prevention and Detection by our erudite scholar, Professor Ahmad Imam. I am Captain A.B. Yamta, the Master of Ceremony for this auspicious occasion. The Vice Chancellor, sir, distinguished invited guests, please permit me to take you through the rundown of the program of event. Any moment from now, we shall witness the national anthem, which will be followed by the welcome address by the Chairman Local Organizing Committee. Thereafter, remark by the Vice Chancellor, Nigerian Army University PU, then citation reading of the inaugural lecturer by the Vice Chancellor, Nigerian Army University PU. Thereafter, presentation of inaugural lecture by the Professor Ahmed Imam, which will be followed by presentation of gifts and goodwill messages to the inaugural lecture. Then closing remark by the chairman, by the registrar. Thereafter, light refreshment and national anthem. We will climax this program with group photograph. The Vice Chancellor, sir, principal staff officers here present, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, shall we all rise for the national anthem? The band. State. The Vice Chancellor, sir, Principal Staff Officers, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, may I, at this juncture, humbly and most respectfully invite the Chairman Organizing Committee, Professor Adamu Isa Harib, to deliver his welcome address. The Professor.
Our Vice Chancellor, sir, principal officers of the university, our esteemed lecturers, members of the Senate, distinguished guests, students, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to this occasion, being the first inaugural lecture of the Nigerian Army University, BU, to be delivered by Professor Ahmad Imam, professor from the Faculty of Accounting. It is with great honor and privilege that I stand before you here today as the chairman of the organizing committee of this occasion to warmly welcome you to this prestigious inaugural lecture. This occasion marks not only an academic milestone, but also a celebration of scholarship in research, intellectual contribution to the university and the society at large. Inaugural lectures are very significant traditions in the academic community, as it provides a platform for professors to share their research and mentorship and community services which they have undertaken through their academic journey, showcasing the insights, breakthroughs, and visions in their field of expertise. It also serves an opportunity for scholars, students, and general public to advance their knowledge and inspiration in their areas for future commitment to academics. Today, we are all gathered here to listen to an exceptional scholar, Professor Ahmed Imam, who will share the valuable insights of his research work, the mentorship, and the community services throughout his academic journey and the contributions he has made towards enriching the university and the broader academic landscape. The topic of his lecture, Forensic Accounting Toward a Paradigm Shift in Fraud Prevention and Detection, is certainly a promising one, to be insightful, thought-provoking, and highly relevant in the current world, particularly in the Nigerian setting. Therefore, we are indeed grateful to Allah for the privilege to be part of this important moment. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the Vice Chancellor, Professor Muhammad Kari, and his able management team, and also all members of the university community for their various unwavering support in making this event a success. My sincere appreciation also goes to the organizing team, whose dedication and hard work have ensured the seamless planning and execution of what we are witnessing today. To our distinguished audience, your presence here is a testimony of your great commitment to academic excellence. And I encourage all of you to engage all your attention to this lecture in order to make the most of this opportunity in learning and contributing towards the growth of knowledge in our society. Once again, I would like to welcome you all, and I wish us a most enlightening and enriching experience. Thank you, and thank you once more.
Thank you very much, sir. May we give him another round of applause, please? The Vice Chancellor, sir, Principal Staff Officers, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, may I, at this juncture, invite the Vice Chancellor, Nigerian Army University, PU, Professor Kari Mohammed, to give his welcome remark. Thereafter, read the citation of the inaugural lecture. The Vice Chancellor, sir.
The inaugural lecturer, principal officers of the university, professors here present in robes, those of you who have decided not to robe, family of the inaugural lecturer, other members of the university community, invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, if any. It is my honor to stand before you today as the Nigerian Army University marks another historic milestone in giving our very first inaugural lecture. An inaugural lecture is part and parcel of the university tradition. The university is first and foremost a center of learning for the production and reproduction of knowledge. The inaugural lecture, by tradition, is a university announcing to the wider community the inauguration of one of its tenured professors. It's going to be a continuous exercise, and that's how it should be. But I'm happy that even as I'm rounding up my tenure, I've been honored with the privilege of presiding over this very momentous occasion. I'm not going to talk much about other aspects of this university because this is not a day for that. As part of my exit, we are going to have at least one major gathering where we are going to discuss some of these issues. But today is not my day. Today is a day reserved primarily for our colleague, father, friend, a close working associate in the person of Professor Ahmad Imam, who today is giving his inaugural lecture as a professor of accountancy with specialization in fraud prevention and detection on the topic of the paradigm shift. A paradigm shift simply means a further interrogation of the processes with a view to making it better, tighter, with a view to making sure that finances, especially public finances, are not frittered away by crooks. Where's Professor Imam? I think you should come up for, since it's going to be a citation now. Because we have the inaugural lecture, I'm not going to read his citation verbatim, because that will take a fairly long time. But I'm going to do something in lieu of the citation. Ahmad Imam is Professor of Accountancy. He was born in 1962 to a very illustrious family of scholars. He may have been the first professor in the Western academic tradition in his own family, but he came from a family of professors in the Islamic tradition. He had his early education in his native Borno state, and he went through the ropes. It's like, for those of you, since this is Nigerian Army University, it's like enlisting in the Nigerian Army as a private and ultimately rising to the rank of a general. That's what Ahmad Imam did. He started off as a teacher, went to teacher training with an NCE. He went into a polytechnic to do a HND. He did all the bridge programs and went back to do a bachelor's, master's, and a PhD. So if there's one person who knows the ropes of accountancy, it should be Professor Ahmad Imam. Incidentally, he not only read accountancy, but he also practiced accountancy. He works in the banking sector, starting with Savannah Bank. He rose to become a rural branch manager. Following the liquidation of Savannah Bank, he practiced his craft with the federal government of Nigeria in a medical center. So he did virtually everything. And he started his teaching career with the Ramat Polytechnic, Maiduguri, where because of his outstanding academic records as postgraduate student, the University of Maiduguri was compelled to poach him from the Ramat Polytechnic. The rest, as they say, is history. Professor Imam has been an external examiner to several universities and colleges. He has published widely in local and international journals. He has given lectures and conferences in Nigeria and abroad. He is, without saying it, a chartered accountant, holding several of the chartered accountancy titles which don't mean much to me, CMA, ACA, and all of those. Incidentally, he is also a very good member of his local community, such that he holds the distinguished traditional title of Shetima Idema of the Bama Emirate, a position again reserved not for politicians, not for the rich, but a position reserved specifically for the learned in the Islamic sciences. So before you is a consummate gentleman, a very well-educated person, both in Western education and in Islamic sciences. So it is my singular honor and privilege to present to you this erudite scholar who we are celebrating today for his scholarly distinction, but who I usually single out for his dedication to the academia, for his dedication to duty, and most importantly, a person of outstanding integrity, impeccable integrity. I present to you Professor Arabi.
Thank you very much, sir. The Vice Chancellor, Principal Staff Officers, distinguished invited guests, join me with a round of applause as I invite the inaugural lecturer for his presentation. The inaugural lecturer, sir.
Vice Chancellor, sir. Deputy Vice Chancellor, Military. Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academics. The Registrar, Basa, University Librarian, Director, Dr. Buratai Institute for War and Peace, the Dean Faculty of Arts and Management Sciences, the Deans of Faculties, Dean of Student Affairs, Directors of various units, professors and other members of Senate, Head of Department of Accounting, heads of other departments and units, members of the academic staff, members of non-academic staff, my distinguished colleagues in the Department of Accounting, my lords, spiritual and temporal, my dear friends and relatives, distinguished invited guests, gentlemen of print and electronic media, friends, students of the Nigerian Army University View, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Let me begin by expressing my deepest gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for granting us the health and opportunity to gather here today. It is also my privilege to thank our esteemed Vice Chancellor, Professor Kyari Mohammed, a highly respected historian, for his gracious approval of this inaugural lecture. Today marks a significant moment for me and for our university, the Nigerian Army University, as this is the first inaugural lecture in our institution's history. This historic occasion reflects our Vice Chancellor's exemplary mentorship and dedication to establishing the protocols that define a prestigious academic institution. Under his leadership, the university has achieved remarkable milestones, including the accreditation of all 32 courses we offer, the successful hosting of our maiden convocation, and now this inaugural lecture. These achievements fill us with pride and are worth celebrating across our university community. Vice Chancellor, esteemed colleagues, distinguished guests, with the permission of our esteemed leader, Professor Kyari Mohammed, I would like to share a brief history of my academic journey to contextualize the foundation of today's lecture. After completing my secondary education, I gained admission to Sarkachin College of Education, then it was College of Education Maiduguri, in 1982. Following my graduation, I joined Savannah Bank, PLC, in 1985. However, it was during my banking career that my educational journey truly began. As a branch manager in Guinea, I was encouraged by Professor Kyari to pursue a BSc in Operations Research at Modibo Adama University of Technology, Yola, now Mao. Unfortunately, due to the time constraints of my service, I was unable to take up that admission. Instead, I opted for an advanced diploma in public administration in 1985, fully knowing that my tenure in Guinea has lapsed, which introduced me to the field of administration and management. I owe my Vice Chancellor my sincere gratitude for inspiring me along the path which had laid the foundation for my career in administration. I was later posted to Maiduguri in 1996. In Maiduguri, my friend and my classmate, late Babadoda, urged me to pursue further studies. With his encouragement, I enrolled in an HND program in business administration at Ramat Polytechnic Maiduguri. And upon completing this, I continued my studies with a postgraduate diploma in financial management at Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi, graduating in 2001. Despite my experience in both banking and public service, I felt a calling to academia. After careful reflection, supported by my late friend, I transitioned from banking at Ramat Polytechnic, as a principal instructor in 2003. This shift marked a profound change in my life, setting me on an unconscious journey toward becoming a university professor in this esteemed university, Nigerian Army University. As I embarked on this academic path, I was mindful of the HND BSc qualification distinction. Determined to strengthen my academic profile, I enrolled at the University of Maiduguri, where I earned a BSc in accounting, followed by an MSc in accounting. Upon completing my studies, the university appointed me as a lecturer too in the Department of Accounting, and I was awarded a fellowship to pursue my PhD in accounting and finance at Usman Danfodio University, Sokoto. Rising through the ranks, I attained the position of leader, and in 2021, I accepted an appointment as Professor of Accounting and Finance at Nigerian Army University. I am deeply grateful to our Vice Chancellor for both his work in my academic journey and his approval for me to present this inaugural lecture. Vice Chancellor, sir, it may be of interest to you that throughout my career, I never had the privilege of attending an inaugural lecture in my department. No inaugural lecture was conducted by professors before me or alongside me. You know how old the University of Maiduguri is, but I've never seen one there in my faculty. Professor Juma is here, you can go and confirm, or anybody can confirm. This moment, therefore, not only serves as a significant milestone for me, but also a foundation to our department, faculty, and university as a whole. This inaugural lecture symbolizes the growth and academic excellence of our university, and it is my hope that it will inspire future generations of scholars to strive for excellence and contribute to the advancement of knowledge. I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for guiding me through these stages and for granting me the opportunity to serve in academia. As the Quran reminds us, and whatever you have of favor, it is from Allah. Alhamdulillah, for indeed, which of his favors can we deny? I also thank all of you for your presence and support on this momentous occasion. Mr. Vice Chancellor, this lecture is divided. During this journey, I particularly paid interest on fraud, which is a very difficult issue to investigate always. And in any case, nobody wants to see you unless the person has nothing in his pocket. And I try to improve or try to study those theories in the Nigerian context. And particularly, that was one of my contributions, my PhD thesis, supervised by erudite scholars at the Usman Danfodio University, Sokoto. the profession itself came into existence through education. However, to me, accounting has two sides. And I always tell my students that this is the only course that is relevant in reporting financial transactions and events to provide useful information for decision making. Useful information for decision making. This definition aligns with the views of many scholars. It also involves identifying, recording, measuring, classifying, verifying, summarizing, interpreting, and communicating financial information. Now, as a profession, it has its own language. And as a profession, you just have to obey by those languages. Now we can see that the last definition gave us communicating financial information. To who? To stakeholders. To stakeholders. Those who may use and started providing information that can mislead the stakeholders. And that misleading information is produced through what there is creative accounting. What next? How can we curtail this issue of fraud and ethical reporting? Financial statements that are not in line with the laws, regulations, rules. Now, that brings us to the accounting profession in Nigeria. If we say, we are talking about accounting, creative accounting, fraud, and other things, don't we have any body, a regulatory body that sees the activities of these people or these professionals? In Nigeria, we have the Institute of Technical Accountants of Nigeria. We have the Association of National Accountants of Nigeria. These are purely accounting bodies that train or produce professional accountants after graduating from the universities. And we have bodies like the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria. We have the SEC. We have the Institute of Stockbrokers. All these are institutions that regulate the activity, either directly of the accounting profession or indirectly affecting accounting profession. Their duty is to certify the professional accountants, to issue ethical issues to these professional accountants, and to regulate the production and produce regulations for this account. And yet, we are still talking about the problem of fraud in Nigeria. Now, if these professional bodies are producing, are in charge of making certification, producing the ethics, and then regulating, what then is ethics? An accounting ethics encompasses the fundamental principles and values that guide the conduct of accountants and other accounting professionals. These ethical standards are essential for ensuring integrity, transparency, and accountability in financial reporting and accounting practices. Now, we can see that there are items lined up for accountants to be a good accountant. We have integrity, we have objectivity, we have professional competence, we have confidentiality, we have professional behavior. The accountant must have innate integrity, must be an honest Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria. The Code of Ethics are produced, enforcement of these codes are being done by these bodies, training and retraining are being done, corporate governance is being enshrined. They all monitor it day in, day out. Concept of forensic accounting. Now, the term forensic accounting as defined by Black's Law Dictionary refers to the practice used in suitable to courts of law or public debate. Building on this definition, forensic accounting involves applying accounting principles and investigative techniques within a legal context, often supporting cases with expert witness testimony. When I said there was creative accounting, the accountants sat down and now deliberated. Those professionals, both international and local. Now that we have the internal audit, and still we have problems of information and ethical information, how do we go about? Now the thinking, changing in direction, method of analysis, all was scrutinized. And they said, okay, let us change the tactics to forensic accounting. Now, to me, changing tactics is not only the solution always. It is the mindset. It is your own integrity that brings. But as we go, this guy, someone from the left side has already done the worst. So, for the concept of that is that it is good in the courts of law that once you become a forensic accountant, you are a professional, and the evidence you give before a court of law is accepted as evidence. And therefore, you need to be very careful as a forensic accountant and implement fraud prevention and detection systems. Provide expert testimony in the legal cases. Because anything you do in forensic accounting, at the end of the day, when the need arises, you will be called to testify in the course of law. So if you don't know, please back aside. Don't join them. Don't disgrace yourself. We have very few of these working, but in the developed world or other clients, they even go into matrimonial cases. So the work is too wide. Application of forensic accounting. You can apply forensic accounting to prevent fraud or detect, investigate financial crimes, recovery of stolen assets, support legal procedures, and risk management. These are the areas you can apply in almost all the clients. The concept of fraud in forensic accounting. Fraud arises from the introduction of illicit financial activities within both the public and private sectors of the economy. It can be perpetrated by individuals or corporate entities and may range from simple schemes to highly sophisticated operations. This unethical behavior manifests in various forms, including bribery, blackmail, theft, collusion, concealment of material facts, corruptions, deceptions, and extortion and misrepresentations. Now, we can see that there is one triangle and the other one is what Professor Mathematician said, Rhombus. So, because now you see these two issues. The triangle, you see is brought here, and it's called broad triangle. I think it's the innovator, is the person who started thinking of forensic accounting as part of us in the 50s or late 40s. And he said fraud is being perpetrated as a result of three components: pressure, opportunity, rationalization. And later, another one came in 2004 and said incentive, capability, opportunity, and rationalization. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, this is where my work came in at my PhD level. And my supervisor, Professor Abdullah Bashir, purposely instructed me to do something on this and make a part of history on this. President, who now made this triangle, who theorized this triangle, said people commit fraud because of pressure, because of opportunity, because of rationalization. He said pressure. What is pressure? He said pressure is somebody who is pressed on looking for finance or money to finance a project. That project can be good, can be bad. Example, gamblers. Those who are used to alcohol, those who are used to hard drugs, cocaine, heroin, they look for money at all costs because they are under pressure from their behavior to get money and finance their activities. Now, if you come down to our personal issues here, if you come down to our own, ourselves, the pressures are many, more especially in Nigeria for now. Now, you have a wife, you have a child, forget about education, forget about education. He or she falls sick, and you take her to the hospital. Even in the government hospital, they will tell you have to pay something. And now they now inform you that if you don't have 100,000 naira or 50,000 naira, your child cannot be treated. What do you think it is? Your salary is only 10,000. You are under pressure. You are under pressure. So that can make you, given the opportunity, as you say, given the opportunity, you can steal money. Because at your disposal, there is university 1 million naira. And you know you can quietly remove that 1 million naira. Or you can quietly remove part of it. And you have that pressure. You have that opportunity. You go into problem, believe it. Then of the university. And the great people. Nothing happened to you. I can also do it. And go. Take an example from others and teaching the person concerned or the organization concerned. That was his proposal. How did he came about this? He interviewed prison inmates who have committed fraud during his period. And he concluded that. Now, for the Broad Diamond, it was concluded that capability, you must be capable to go. Even if you have all these three, you must be capable before you come to work. I'm coming to where I achieved it. So you see that I've divided the triangle into many parts. And as academicians, you are free to fill in those empty parts on your own when you make up your research. My HOD is a task. There are some empty triangles within. You can make a research and complete those ones if you can afford. Now I said, okay, every climb has its own unique way of approaching it. You see, in Nigeria, if you look at it, fraud takes place both in public and private sector. But the public sector is more dangerous than the private sector. Because everybody thinks it's nobody's own. All the three elements given by Crazy as I tell you, it's okay, it's enough. But why should somebody who has 1 billion treasury and big one. This happens in Nigeria. It is evident. I don't need to cite anybody. We see day our governments suspending, dismissing people, including to the rank of minister. So we went in as a and we said, okay, apart from the opportunity, pressure, rationalization, political power, ability, and societal purpose are some of the things which push people to this work. Now we said, okay, political power. You see somebody coming into power from nowhere, and he tell you, my government, or tell you, my money is the president. It is not his money, it is a public money. But because the power he has, that he has control of all the security he has, and he has all the securities in his pocket, he can do anything, and he's not to bring down anything he wants. This does not confirm, but there are situations where we are told a highly placed person in this country went to somebody's house, present a letter to him, sign you are going to resign, you have resigned from this position, give him back my letter, let me go. Well, that's the end of the job. That was the end of the man's job. So if you see such kind of thing, and you are very useful, yes, you cannot stand on your own. Those people cannot do something, and they will do it themselves. So political power assists people in carrying out problems and even resolving other problems. But one thing I believe is that if you know what you are doing is right, if you are out of that office, you are going to do something. Example, if I know no longer the TBC of this university, frankly speaking, I'm not going to do anything. I am based on nothing I'm not. Because this is standard. And even if you don't know now, you know that in 2 years' time I'm going to be. Yes, June. Whether I like it or not, I will leave. Just come back, leave the big office. You see the previous place. This one, they all came from them. Some are like, some are not like. So whether you like it or not, you are going to leave. So why bother yourself? So political power. Ability. You have all of these things with you. If you don't have the intelligence, know said something. He said, research carried out. I worked through EFCC, ICBC, public accountants, non-accountants. I was down to Kaduna, Jos, Abuja, Sokoto. Come on, this. They accepted my recovery. I think I've spoken much of you. I have spoken much on the Nigerian context also. The impact of these fraudulent financial practices. Definitely, when there is fraud, money is missing. Money meant for certain issues are redirected to other side. So definitely, the nation is going to suffer. Fraud drains billions of dollars from Nigeria's economy annually, hampering economic growth and contribution to financial instability. The diversion of funds meant for development weakens infrastructure, public service, and investment opportunities. We have seen in many organizations that billions of naira are missing. In fact, this investigation is not nice. If I have to open up, or if I have to say some of these things, we all know that things happen. You see somebody of your level in Abuja, the same level you are, his rented house is what? 4 billion naira. Why is he getting the money? His annual salary is not up to that. So definitely it is this money, and it will impact on our economy. Those in economics, please can you collaborate with us in accounting and see where we can find solutions to this kind of issues. Political impact. Fraud erodes trust in government and institutions, leading to public disillusion and political apathy. A lack of confidence in government can further destabilize the democratic process and hinder effective policy making. Yes. Once there is fraud and fraudulent activities are taking place, then there is problem of leadership. Trust will disappear. Let me tell you what. If for any reason now I go out looking for an office, talking to this, talking to that, the person who will come to my aid has also his own problem. Whether you like it or not, by the time his problems crops up, not even genuine problems that are not good enough to be implemented. Come. This guy, he's there, tell him to do. And you cannot say no. Because you came through what? Through lobby. And once there is mistrust in leadership, nothing goes well. Partly this is what is happening in this country now. Most people don't have trust in leadership. Not only at the national level, even at the local level. Social impact. Fraud exacerbates inequality and weakens social cohesion by perpetuating injustice. When financial misconduct diverts resources away from essential services, the benefits of economic growth fail to reach those in need, leading to social discontentment and unrest. Common types of fraud in Nigeria. We have advanced fraud, which is called as 419, identity theft, investment fraud, debit credit card fraud, procurement fraud, terror fraud. All these things are alive and existing in this country. There are others. These are not only further where I make up the fraud. You see many of them there. But these ones are rampant. I will talk on only one or two. The rest, they are there in the paper. I will talk on debit credit card fraud, which is usually a banking fraud. You have your ATM cards. You have your debit cards. The information there are very important. More especially those numbers at the back and 3 numbers at the front. And then your passwords are very important. Program people need only some of these things. Some only need your date of birth to just finish with you. So once you have an account, please take note. People do that. And before you notice it, the damage has been done to you. Before you know it, the forensic accountant it's very difficult for him to find at times who is the thief. Because you also cause it. You have the negligence of doing that. Then we have identity theft. We have payroll theft. This is one of the notorious ways of fraud in Nigeria, defrauding the public. Very notorious. You hardly get an organization that escapes this, if not in the private sector. But the public sector, wow, is there. What happens? There is this ghost worker syndrome. That is fictitious workers. You don't have even the employee, but you pay him salary. And the salary goes into your own personal account or a dedicated account. This is direct. Then there are others that you remove even from the employees themselves. For now, if you ask me, Professor Imam, what is your monthly salary? If you tell me this, you are the BC of this university. Wallahi, I don't know. I don't know what is my salary. Just it hits my account, my balance builds up, I will draw my money and go. Anytime I want to draw, I will draw my money and go. If a salary is paid, I say, well, I'm good. So, we are many like this, not only me. You don't just say salary paid, okay, she cannot. You just go. What accountants do is, your salary is 3,126,200 naira or 207.36 kobo. They will not touch all this. They will touch only the last digit. That's 7 naira. They will touch it 3 naira or 2 naira. Pimp, they will remove it. They will do to me, they will do to BC, they will do to Jezina, they will do to Basa, they will do to everybody. At the end of the day, you see the amount is huge. 2 naira, 3 naira, 4 naira. You wouldn't even know. You don't care. What is 2 naira? What is 3 naira? But if it is 2 naira, 3 naira from 1 million people, 3 million need money. You don't talk, I don't talk. Very rampant in this country. Very rampant. The other thing is the other way around. Now it is not from your own account. The accountant will either add to his own salary some amount or add to various people some amount, his colleagues, his friends. He call it any other name they want to call it. At the end of the day, oh boy, you have seen something, oh yes. Okay, give me my share. By the time you do, say, 20 people, and you create 20 people, you get 10,000. And then they give you 5,000. What do you have? You have about need money. That is what they call it. It is never need. It is public funds. The owner is not there, but there is the owner on the other side of the world. So payroll fraud is very prominent in public sector, not the private sector. Procurement fraud. You see, for every expenditure made in the public sector, there is way of buying these things. There is way of procuring, how you procure it. In this university, we call it the MTD. The MTD of the university has its own limit. The BC has its own limit. The bursar has his own limit. The minister, the ministerial entity have their own limit. The Federal Executive Council have their own limit. Anybody who spends outside his limit, for instance, this laptop is meant to be purchased for this university. And it costs what? It will cost 20,000. And 20,000 is not within the BC's limit. It is 10,000, that is its limit. And then he now removes 10,000 and 10,000. What is it? 20,000. Is that not so? He now quickly buys this item. Take it to the store, keep it there, then he has stored it. Is that not so? Then he stores house, he receives it. He has done an illegal thing. The law says he should be punished. Yes? The item is here, but you have not followed the procedure. So, in this process, a lot of fraud takes place also. That is one. The other thing is insider information. There is a contract for this lecture theater, and we are asking for bids to come in. Then I am privileged as a VC to tell my friend that yes, there is a contract coming up. This is the maximum amount. Go and bid. He bids, others will bid. He knows, he has the insider knowledge of what to do. He bids within the requirement, and others will bid outside the requirement. If it comes to the knowledge of law, he has committed an offense. And as far as accountants are concerned, professionals, it's a fraud. As far as the nation is concerned, it's an illegal issue. You should give everybody a level ground, fair treatment, safe for them to come in. So these are some of the frauds coming up. Application of forensic accounting in Nigeria's economy and corporate context. Forensic accounting is crucial to Nigeria, given its political landscape, investment climate, and economic development. Its application and practice play a vital role in addressing some of the country's most pressing accounting challenges, which includes, among others, corruption and mismanagement of public funds, financial sector fraud, revenue loss in oil and gas, corporate governance, investor confidence, impact on SMEs and the informal sector. All these are kind of fraud that takes place, and they are important for us to have forensic accounting in Nigeria. Up to now, as we are talking now, including the existence of the regulatory bodies, there is no formal, legal, known, accepted forensic accounting act or even support from the government. So whoever is forensic accountant in Nigeria, I don't know if there's any news. I've not seen it. And I deliberately refuse to. As I have one, but I've not been attending because it is the mindset, as I said, that works. It is not the association. We have members, no regulatory body. So if those regulatory bodies are still practicing abnormally, how can somebody without a regulatory body practice the way it works? We have these companies outside. They are invited, they have their branches in Nigeria. So because of this reason, it is good for us to have a mind shift of what we are doing. Now, in any setup, be it private or public, nobody comes or nobody sets up a business that people come and defraud with. Nobody. In fact, when we are being interviewed, we won't tell any management that we have the intention to defraud the system. Nobody is going to say that. And the person who is setting up the business is not telling you, please come and defraud me. Now, therefore, what we need that every organization should put a preventive measures in place so that must be a system to detect that fraud has taken place. And that is the only way you can protect yourself in the persistence. And therefore, what are the ways of preventing for fraud to occur? First is conducting a thorough background checks. Thorough background checks. In fact, when you are employed, more especially to financial positions, give a background check of that candidate. Get it. If he has experience, why did he work before? He left the service of that life. Why did he disengage himself there? What was his position? What is his family background? Many of these things matter. You just don't take somebody and say, you are head of my finance. If you know me now, I have 10 children. And after 10 children, you want to give me 2,000 naira as salary. And I accept. You know that this 2,000 naira cannot even take care of me. Forget about my 2 children and my 2 wives. You know that I have targeted something. Why am I leaving my former place and coming to a new place? For me, why I came to BU is that my ambition to become a professor is there, and I have seen the opportunity. And I have gotten it, alhamdulillah. That is my priority. My priority of joining the academics is to teach people, to impart knowledge that I will guide them to become good citizens. That's why. Otherwise, wallah, if I want, I will leave today and get a better job outside. What is better job? A job that I can steal. That is what is called better job in Nigeria. I can live and get. But my ambition is for the progress of people. So why is this person coming to your place? Why are you recruiting him? Why are you hiring him? You have to do a thorough background check. Does he have any mental issues outside? Is he a drug addict? You know, CMD is there. Drug addict doesn't mean only taking cocaine and heroin. Even paracetamol, if you are addicted to it, you become so. And that paracetamol will not act on you, you will go for another thing again next time. Next time, then you graduate to heroin, cocaine, and the business is finished. Then you should have internal control. Where is my brother? Jackal. You should have strong internal control. Sorry to say, I will disgrace you here. Reports written by external auditors show we have weak internal control. And that is going to tell on you. No apologies. Your internal control must be strong enough that, and when we say internal control, you are not a policeman. You are not there to beat them. You are not there to report them. No, compliance. That is what we are saying. As an internal controlman, as an internal auditor, you are there to serve as watchword for the organization. If there is anything wrong, hey, Basa, this thing you have done is wrong. This is how we are going to do it. This is how the financial regulation says. You are honest and correct. Not beating, not taking, not just reporting them for nothing. Say, no, correct them. We are here for each other's benefit. So you correct them. When there is weak internal control, you will not see any report. You will not see any report. And where there is report, then the head of the organization must act to that report quickly. Where there are suspicious moves, the audit will pick and report direct. Advise the money be reduced, report to the head of the organization. Then he acts quickly. And the banking sector, believe me, every day, every transaction you make, the following day as an auditor, it must come to my table. It must come to my table. You see, in accounting, if you don't have bad experience, you will not have experience. Things that will come before you are many. And you have to make sure that every entry pass is correct. Savannah Bank I worked was one of the banks that were computerized first in this country. As far back as 1985, we had computers in our offices. And when you have computer, there are transactions that are done inputted by staff themselves. There are transactions that are generated by the computer itself. And the computer-generated transactions have their own code. Till today I'm talking to you, Savannah Bank died. The fraud perpetrated by head of ICT in Kano branch alone was never detected by any of the computer groups in Savannah. The man disappeared to America. What was he using? He was using the internally generated cost to transfer money from the profit and loss account of the organization to personal account. And what part of the issue is that this man will come with his check and will throw money always, but nobody sees him depositing money. So one day, one of the internal control men who is checking always, so always withdrawals, no deposit. Where is the money coming from? They now get hold of that customer. On hearing that his accomplice has been at hand, the man just disappeared. And that's the end. So we just have to get a robust internal control who will take care of the ins and outs and correct. Ogaja Gali, I'm not telling you that you will chant Basawo. No, I'm telling you, let the works be done according to laid down rules and regulations. Please guide us to move that way. That is what I'm saying. We still blow our policy. This is another way of preventing. You know, fraudulent people don't want to be publicized. So if you have anybody in the organization that shouts, well, there is stealing here, there is stealing. Here. You see that those who are in charge of doing this thing will be careful. So we should encourage those who will give us information on frauds perpetrated by people. Mindful that we should not disclose their identity. The ones that are saying, it's just no. Those who will know and tell you there is fraud here.